Shit, damn, fuck. I drove home to Mom's the following evening for the weekend. My brother Matt had flown to Utah for a business conference and was staying there. When I arrived, Matt was sitting on the couch across from Mom with an ungodly amount of orange chicken separating them. "Hey, Johnny," Mom said with a quip in her voice. She held up a fork, which was dangerously close to losing a piece of swinging chicken. I set my laundry basket down in the front living room. What's with the Panda Express?" "Johnny, this is the joy of per diem," Matt said, motioning to the pile of Chinese food. "I see." I sat and grabbed a fork to eat. We talked for hours, Matt, Mom, and I. Around 11, Mom announced she was going to bed. I said goodnight, but she motioned me into the guest room. I followed her, eyebrows raising. "Are you going to come out to Matt?" She glanced away from me, not seeming to know if she was broaching the topic correctly. I closed my eyes. "I don't know." "It's kind of weird keeping it secret from people," Mom said. "Why is that weird?" I asked, perhaps too forcefully. I wanted this not to be an issue. "Having to tiptoe around certain people doesn't feel weird to you?" Mom asked. "Nothing has changed just because you've learned I'm gay," I said. "I've tiptoed around conversations my whole life." "But now you're asking us to do it," Mom said. "Keeping someone's confidence is not lying. I'm not sure I'm ready to be out to everyone." Mom's posture broke, like she had hoped this conversation would go better. "I don't want to push you, but this is as good a chance as you'll get to come out to Matt. I think waiting will just complicate things at this point. It's up to you, though." I nodded, biting my lip. "I know." Mom gave me a sad smile. "Good night." She retired to bed. I walked back out into the living room and sat across from Matt. He and I talked for another hour. I grew frustrated with my inability to guide the conversation in a way for me to come out to him. "You haven't started seeing anyone since Claire, have you?" Matt asked. "Kind of, but nothing serious," I said. "Dating is the worst." "Yeah, it's also kind of hard because I'm gay. Like, I remember this one girl my freshman year that it dawned on him." "Wait, really? You're gay?" I nodded, half terrified. Matt burst into laughter. "You're gay?" He snickered on, causing me to laugh as well. "Yeah, it's a thing." "How long have you been gay?" He continued laughing. "All my life?" "Why are you at BYU then?" Matt asked. "You have, what, 2 years left? You're about to apply to the Marriott School, right?" "Yeah." I felt that same strange vertigo that I always felt when considering leaving BYU. No one seemed to think my staying was a good idea. Maybe it was stubbornness telling me I deserved to stay, but the toll of the last year was turning that desire into a weight around my neck. I don't know why I stay. Mainly, it's a good school, I guess. "What about Claire? Weren't you attracted to her?" I shrugged. "Kind of. Not really, I guess." "Is she ugly?" "Let me see a picture of her." I pulled her profile up on Facebook and gave him my phone. You don't find her attractive?" Matt asked, examining the picture. "But you liked her, right?" A rancid expression overtook my face. "No, definitely not." Matt said. "You might actually be gay." Dad called that Sunday evening during my drive home to Provo. We had talked more often as of late, though I had kept my disciplinary counsel a secret from everyone in my family. Still, coming out to Matt was a harmless update to share. "Are you out to everyone now?" Dad asked halfway through the conversation. "I guess so," I said. "I mean, no extended family at all, but siblings, yeah." "How did Matt take it?" "He's fine, I guess. He kind of laughed at me," I said. "It doesn't matter." Dad said. "How about your friends? Are you out to any of them?" I turned on my blinker and shifted into the fast lane to pass an asshole driving a pickup truck. "I'm out to one friend, Mason, if you remember him. But I haven't really talked to him for a while." "Why not?" "I don't know. He was just kind of a dick about my breakup with Claire. She was hard to date, and he kind of gave me shit for it. I said. I'm just not interested in explaining myself to people right now. All I care about is getting through this school year and not committing suicide, so I'm just not interested in anyone's opinion. The phone line went silent. I sped southward along I-15 toward Provo. You never told me you were suicidal, Dad said. Don't read into that, I said, cursing my mouth. I'm fine. Dad continued the conversation with heavy skepticism. Eventually, I got him off the line and finished driving home in peace. I didn't talk to Dad for 2 days, but then he texted, all concerned over my suicidal state. I ignored him. He texted again the next day, then called. His concern suffocated me with shocking ease, so I ignored it. The day for group therapy came. I arrived at the counseling center in the Wilkes basement. The group therapy room was down a hall with blue carpet to the right of the reception desk. Inside sat a dozen padded chairs arranged in a circle. Fake plants populated the corners of the room. I was the second person to arrive. A girl with blonde hair supported by an obscene amount of hairspray was already seated in the circle. Is this the group therapy thing? I felt stupid standing there at the door. I think so, the girl said. She looked down after speaking. I entered the room, figuring inside was as good a place as any to wait for group to start. 10 other people arrived within the next 5 minutes, sitting without speaking. Both men and women of different ages and ethnicities. The moderating counselor also entered. He was a large-set man. His khaki pants and plaid button-down shirt did little to hide his girth. He sat in the circle looking at us. Let's get started. He spoke in a soft voice, taking me off guard. I had expected his voice to be full of the same false enthusiasm typical of bishops of YSA wards. Instead, he was soft-spoken and supremely confident. My name is Dr. Beckstead. I also responded to Dan. How many of you have been to group before? 3 hands went into the air. So, most of you are new to this process, he said. The way group works is like an open discussion moderated by all of us. I will take part in the conversation, but I won't control what we talk about or who talks. Just remember to be respectful of others and their feelings. Silence. Why don't we start by introducing ourselves? Dan motioned to the guy sitting on his right. The guy cleared his throat. I'm Ryan, he began. We went around the circle, each person declaring their name and major until we returned to Dan. I'll leave it up to you now. Whoever wants to start the conversation may. Again, silence. My phone buzzed, probably another text from Dad. I almost withdrew my phone, but stopped myself when I realized checking my phone would probably be rude. Freak, what was the time? I turned to see the clock. 55 more minutes of this. Another text buzzed my leg, and again. A girl spoke. How do you get people to respect you? Shannon was a sophomore. She had a deliberate appearance that somehow contradicted her closed posture. In what way? Ruth, the blonde girl with hairspray, said. I've dated a few guys, and it just seems like it always gets to a point with them when they want to push the relationship further than I want to go. And I'll tell them no, but they'll still push the situation, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it because it's not like I'm putting myself in these situations, so I just assume that there's something about what I'm doing or how I come across that gives people the idea that they can take advantage of me and push me beyond what I'm okay with. Ruth sat up straight. I feel like people don't respect me either, and it makes it hard to trust people. Right? It's like you can't trust them because you know they're just gonna leave you. Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. An African-American girl with curly braids said. Her name was Nia. But how the fuck does this help me? The room sat in absolute stunned silence. Nia continued. I mean, I'm sorry, but I got actual, real problems here. Like, my dad's got cancer, but I can't go visit him because he's in fucking New Hampshire. Plus, he said he'd kill me if he ever sees me again. And my counselor said that doing this shit would help me with everything. But I don't fucking understand how this is helpful. She shook her hands at the end, long beaded braids flying. I looked at Dan, the counselor, with a bemused expression on my face. Shit just got real, and I felt almost excited to sit back and watch the fireworks. This was going to be better than Judge Judy. Dan nodded, a picture of tranquility. Damn, he was good. That sounds like a tough situation. He looked around the room. Does anyone have insights about what we can do when shit like that happens in our lives? Shannon had given no sign of annoyance at being interrupted. I hope you get to see him. Nia rolled her eyes, but her expression softened. Thanks. It just sucks, you know? Shannon said. I mean, shit like that happens, and sometimes you just don't know how to handle it. Yeah, I know, Nia said. I mean, I'm good at handling other people's shit and all, but when it comes to my own shit, I don't got a fucking clue. I leaned back, feeling way happier about the situation than I should have. Something about a bunch of church-going Mormons saying shit and fuck repeatedly was apparently a therapy in itself. I said nothing the entire session, but I cheered Nia's bluntness about the world's stupidity. Between all the shits, fucks, and damns, I learned that a lot of people have a lot of problems. Hearing similar and contrasting experiences of people in search of healing gave me hope. I wanted the best for them, and somehow that gave me more charity for myself. Group ended. We would meet again next week, same time, same place. My phone buzzed again. I took it out to see more than a handful of texts from Dad. I opened the text and cleared the notifications. His concerned voice emanated from my phone. I began the short walk home. I hadn't made it halfway when I received a call. Dad's picture smiled cluelessly up at me. God fucking damn it, Dad, I said, rejecting his call and implementing my recent counseling vocabulary. Leave me alone. I continued walking home. Whoever claimed that profanity was the effort of a feeble brain to express itself forcibly was full of shit.